having a little afternoon coffee. All right. So, you guys, it's that time of year where everybody is out trying to figure out where they're going to go and what they're going to do and how they're going to travel and where they're going to stay and what activities are in the area. And so you rely very heavily on YouTube channels, because I do it too. Like if I'm planning to go somewhere, when we went to Bay City, I went to a YouTube channel and I kind of looked at what they're doing, where they're going, what the campground looked like. And so I try to do that a lot for you guys. But as you know, for YouTubers who have not yet hit that mark of watch time hours, you have to keep cranking out videos and encouraging people to watch your videos, right? So I am coming on here because I want to improve this channel, right? So this is the crossroads where I am. Either I'm gonna take the next 30 days and improve it, right? We're gonna improve this channel with your help, or after this next 30 days, if it doesn't improve, I think I'm going to take a hiatus from YouTube. And I hate to do that because I absolutely love bringing you guys videos. I absolutely love traveling, but I am not naive to the fact that I'm not doing very much traveling right now. We've been kind of stuck in Ohio going on a year. Ohio is a great place, but I'm just not interested in being here anymore. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to take a look at some of my videos, whether you go to the playlist where it is campground reviews, and don't just watch a couple minutes of it. You got to watch the whole thing, and then let me know, hey, on your campground reviews, when I go, this is what I'd like to know. This is what I'd like to see. So we can kind of improve the videos for you guys. So when we do go to these places that we are visiting, or I take a Sunday to go do a campground review, yay, to do a campground review, I could keep in mind some of the points that you guys have given me, right? So next 30 days, take a look at a few of the videos, watch it all the way through, and then let me know in the comment section, hey, this is what I think you could do to improve this video. Or whenever I go to look at certain videos, I like to see blah blah blah, XYZ. And so that way, when I start making more videos or we're going places and doing things, I could keep in mind what it is you like to look for, because we make the videos for you guys, right? For your enjoyment. And I do it too. So like before we go to a campground, I like to see what it looks like. Is it fun? Do a lot of people go there? What is it near? If we're going to a new city, I sit down and before we first started RVing, I was watching Traveling Robert all the time, right? Because he was going places that I was interested in going, and kind of seeing what's there to do there in those different areas, right? And I think, oh, good. I'm thinking that, hey, this would be a good idea. If you want to improve your channel, ask your subscribers what it is that they like to watch, so you can make some more informative, fun videos that they would enjoy. So you guys, that is the challenge for the next 30 days. Go and take a look at whatever videos I have and let me know what I could do to improve on it. Now, the kicker is you can't just watch the first couple seconds of it. You got to get in there and watch it, right? And then make some constructive criticism, not just hate comments, but some constructive criticism of saying, hey, when you do a campground review next time, can you do this? I like to look at this. Or can you actually go into the bathroom? I like to see what the bathroom looks like, because I don't do that. It's because you don't know who's in there. So I just there's the bathhouse. They have one. That pretty much is the end of my campground review. So if it's something that you would like to see more detailed in the video that would make it more enjoyable for you to watch, or you think other people would enjoy watching, let me know, okay? Because the goal here is to improve our video content as well as reach our 4,000 watch time hours. I can tell you guys, it is very discouraging when you've been on YouTube going on maybe roughly about 7 years, 6 or 7 years. I'll say at least 4 years for real. Okay, duly noted, Margaret. I'll take that under advisement. I could say for the last 4 years since we start RVing, I took YouTube seriously. Before then, I would make little videos and post them about different little stuff, but nothing serious. Like I wasn't on it to try to like make any money or gain any followers. It was just something that I was exploring. I had never really used YouTube like that before, and it wasn't until we full time started RVing that I actually like kind of got into it. So I have quite a bit of videos. So what I have been doing is I've been deleting certain videos that just didn't get a really good numbers on it. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't need to have that on my page. So I deleted it. Or it was something and I was like, I'm bored watching that. So I deleted it. And so the best way to have the best channel out there is to come straight to you guys, because some of you have been pretty much following me since I got started with this journey, and we have become like friends, like actual friends. Like we sit up and we dialogue back and forth through the comment section. And so I could use your help. I am so close to my watch time hours. I got like 3,400, but I don't want it to go down any lower. So any help that you guys can give that's constructive and point out some ways, hey Erica, when you do certain videos in certain places, maybe do it like this, and give me some suggestions, because I'm open. Right now I'm just a girl with a phone, right? I'm just walking around and whatever I see, that's what you see. And then my editing is, I can use some tips in that, because mine is pretty cut and dry. You know, it's the same old thing. I don't have any of those fancy editing programs that kind of do stuff for you and make it more action packed. And I probably should invest in something like that, but money's a little tight right now. And so I am leaning on you guys heavily. So I'm giving myself the next 30 days to take in your comments, take in what the videos you're looking at. And that'll help me too to kind of know what kind of videos to turn out by what kind of videos you choose to watch. So this is going to be very informational for you, girl. Like I'm going to like really get some good information so I can turn out some better videos. Now, after this point, if I am able to improve things and do better, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give myself to October. If by October we have not reached our 4,000 watch time hours, I'm sad to say I'm gonna give it up. I am going to just say, you know what, I'm done. I've tried and I'm done. So how exciting, Margaret. Congratulations. And so I am giving myself these next few months to improve and get my game right. And you guys, I got some more exciting news. So I hope you will help me with that. I would absolutely appreciate it. So by watching some of the old videos, I can see what videos you like to watch. That's helpful, so I can make more videos like that, and I could take the suggestions of what you said on those videos to try to make them to improve, and to try to improve the videos and work on some of the editing. So I need you guys. I need you 110%. So like I said, don't just look at a couple minutes of it. Look at it in its entirety so you could give me some good feedback, because I am doing this for you guys. Also, I have like a session with my boss man, which is our pastor, and he has a nonprofit, right? And so he takes lots and lots of mission trips. Actually, he just came back from Ghana back in May, and I was like, you are so lucky. Like I would love to do that. Since I was a kid, I have always wanted to go on a mission trip. Now I've seen people go, and a lot of times I just didn't have the money, or I had little kids and I couldn't just pick up and go. And so we were in the middle of a conversation. I was telling him how fascinating that was, and he said, well, I got another mission trip coming up to Liberia, which is in West Africa, and if you would like to go and be one of my speakers, I would love for you to go with me. And it's a 10-day trip to West Africa. Y'all, I was like, oh my goodness. He was like, but you'll have to start getting your passport, and I'll have to start giving you your sermons so you can start looking over it. He was like, it's 1,200. I think he said it was like 1,250 or 1,300, something like that. And that would cover like our transportation to and from the airport and from the venue, your air flight, and your food and your room and board and excursion. So I was like, that would be awesome. So I'm thinking about it. Time is running out, because you know it gets to a certain point where you have to let them know, yes, I'm going, and then you got to start paying for it, right? So the cutoff was the 15th, but he was like, if you really want to go, I can extend it for you, so give you some time. So I'm thinking about that because I want to go, but we need another truck, and I know I can't do both. Like, I know we need to save for another truck to just pull this house, right? So it's like, I know we got to save for a truck, but going to West Africa is like a trip of a lifetime. And so I'm really on the fence of what it is that I'm going to do as far as that's concerned. I want to go, but I understand my responsibilities that I still have here. So you guys be praying for me that something will work out, that I will be able to go, or that we'll be able to get a truck and still be able to go, or something. And Margaret, I want to go. And he said that even Cedric could go. He wouldn't have to do any of the preaching or anything. He could just go and be a part of the audience and then go on the excursions and stuff like that. But I don't think he's really interested in going to West Africa. So if it was somewhere tropical, I bet he'd be all over that. But West Africa, he's like, nah. And so I am excited, and I have about a week because my boss is out of town again for a week. And so when he comes back, he said, we'll sit down and talk about it. So be praying for me that I can make the right decision, because I got to think, even though that's a wonderful opportunity, and as much as I would want to go, I would almost need that to be paid for, because whatever money I'm making, because right now I'm holding down 2 jobs this summer. I'm working here at the campground as well as for the church. We got to leave here with a truck, period. We have to have a truck. And so I know that has to come. I don't want to say comes first, but I do have to think about that. So yes, so I'm just excited to see what happens, because if that trip gets paid for, I am on the plane, right? So I would love to do Finding Erica in West Africa as a trip, and YouTube that, because that would be a trip of a lifetime and amazing, and it will be my first time going out of the country. So there you go. So it's been a lot of things going on. Oh, thank you. Okay, well, my background, let me see. Ask me a question and I answer. Like, what do you want to know about my background? Like, see, me, I worked for the federal government, had a nervous breakdown, quit, bought an RV, hit the road. That's pretty much my story. We went to an RV show, saw one that I liked, put money down on it, picked it up 2 weeks later, about 2 months later, packed up everything we own and headed west. And we have been on this journey ever since. And so if you ask me a question, I will totally answer it. And I wrote a book about my first year of RVing. It's called Miles of Memories, and it's in Amazon. It's an ebook, because I wanted to make it affordable, so you could always download the ebook off of Amazon. It's called Miles of Memories. Yes. So you let me know what you want to know, and I will tell you. And we have been RVing now. This is going on our 5th year, and I cannot believe it. I met a lady today. She was like, do you ever think you'll go back to, just a regular house? And I'm like, why? I own this one. So why would I want to go back and pay somebody's mortgage? But I'm excited, period. So that's what's happening right now. And as far as work is concerned, the campground is a campground. It works like a campground. There's nothing really new about it, because the systems are the same no matter where you go with KOA. It's definitely not high volume like Maine, but at the same time, work is work. Now, as far as my job at the church is concerned, I get lots of opportunities to mingle with the community. So I'm teaching a time management with a stress release component. So it would be learning time management and identifying identifying stressors. That's what it is. It's time management and identifying stressors. And so I get to do that and present it to the community, and that is happening 2 days worth of that. Well, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. And then we're going to be doing a stop smoking class for people who are wanting to stop smoking. We're going to be offering that at church, and I'll be co-hosting that with another of one of my fellow church members. And we're going to be doing some lunch and learns this month, where we're going to be inviting in a doctor, a nurse, a social worker, a teacher, or a principal that kind of talk about school readiness, how to get the kids ready for school. So you get a chance to do a lot of community-based things. And we're leading up to like a summer blast, which is like a meeting, like a tent effort the church is going to have, where they're going to be inviting people to come to the church. And then I'll be at the tail end of my contract here, and it seems like time has like flown by. And so I've met some really wonderful people that I consider like family, and I've met some new best friends, and I've done some Bible studies with some families that have really blessed me. Like, you go into their house thinking that you're blessing them, but you really come out feeling the warm and fuzzies. And I've had some days where I've talked to people on the phone and they say, please stop calling me, and you're like, okay. Or they say, sure, you can come over for a visit, and then you drive all the way over to their house and they don't answer the door and they don't answer the phone. So it has its ups and downs. And somebody asked me, did I regret staying this summer here in Ohio? And I do not. Would I prefer to be out on the road? Absolutely. You know, who wouldn't? You get into RV life to travel around, you know, like to have the adventure. But this summer, while I was hurt, I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? I was thinking Maine was off the table, and I prayed and I was like, Lord, I'm going to give this summer to you, whatever you want me to do. And then this fell into my lap. And so I feel privileged to have the opportunity that I have. And I am thinking that I am going to be so ready when the time is up here to move on and do something else. That's why I know we got to have a truck, because we got to pull this thing and go on. So Trixie, you asked the question, how do you relieve stress? It depends. Okay, so one of the things the program talks about is identifying things that waste your time. With time management, when you don't have time management, that stress alone can be stressful. Like if you're always rushing, you're always late, you're never prepared, you can't find certain things, those things cause stress, which has an effect on your life, right? So with identifying stressors, you're going to identify things that waste your time. Now, I'm going to be transparent. I have sat in my truck and got caught on a TikTok video and watched about 12 before I went into Walmart. That is time wasters. I wasted about a good 10 to 15 minutes of my time just sitting in the car when I could have went in, gotten what I want, and came back out. So you want to identify things that are time wasters, right? And then identify how they affect you. Stress, how they affect your stress level, how they affect your body and your mental, right? And then you want to start, I'm not saying you have to throw away social media, but if you can realize the things that waste your time, then you replace them with healthy things. So if I have to be to work at 8 o'clock, then my time waster is I can't sit up watching videos or on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook Reels till 1 o'clock and think that I'm going to get up at 7 and be on time and go. I might get up at 7, but I'm rushing or I'm irritable. I haven't gotten enough sleep. All those things become stressors on the day, right? I might get to work and I don't want nobody talking to me. I haven't got enough rest. I'm tired. I'm short-tempered. Those are things that induce stress from time wasters. So the program that we're going to be talking about is identifying things that we may not recognize as time wasters, and then put a cap on the time we spend on those things, right? And then we're going to look at the effects that those things have on your body. Like they have the new thing, they say it as a joke, but FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. And that is why we will touch our phone up to about 500 or 600 times a day, because of the simple fact is, as soon as we see a 1 or a thumbs up or a heart or something on our phone that indicates that we have a message, we don't want to miss it. We have the fear of missing out. So we touch it and we pick it up, and it becomes almost a repetitive thing that we do without realizing we're actually doing it. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I roll over, especially if I put out a video the day before, I roll over and I grab my phone. I want to see how well it did. And then I'm looking to see if there's any comments. And then I go to Facebook and I'm looking to see if anybody commented over there. And it's the fear of missing out. You want to know, you want to stay in the know. I hate scrolling through Facebook because it's turned into the obituaries. Everybody dying. My friend mama died. Her daddy died. The cousin died. You know, all these people are dying, and it turns into the obituaries. And those things can be stressors on you because you know them, or you knew that person, or you did that, and you start, emotionally attaching yourself to these things. And then the more you linger on something, the more the algorithm feeds you those things. And so the pretty much of the program is going to be talking about identifying things that waste our time, identifying how when we're doing those things, the effects that it has on our minds and on our bodies, and then how can we go from doing those things to managing our time well with productive things, and then at the end, how to repair the damage we've done by doing things that waste our time. Oh, thank you. I mean, I teach a class at church every single week. So there's we have different topics that we go over. So it's one of those things that you just get into the rhythm of talking to people, and and because you've had to write the information and come up with the statistics of it, it kind of just becomes a part of your mind. And so one of the things that I do to deal with my stress is I used to have a camera, and I'm a photographer, and I love taking pictures. And so I would take my camera and I would go on walks, whether it was like right after the rain where you can get that beautiful shot of a raindrop sitting on a leaf, or on flower petals, or just go and find beautiful things to where you're focusing on something else. And I love editing, right? And I don't listen to music as much anymore, so I might listen to a sermon or a podcast or something that, like a book on tape that I'm learning, because it helps to do something to my mind to where I feel like I'm open and moving forward. So, or taking a walk. Like, I can't walk as much as I want to now because, like, with every step I take, I have pain in my foot. And I think I probably should be wearing my boot more than I do, but I don't like to drive with it because it's so big. And I do a lot of in and out of the car, going in and out of people's homes, in and up and down the stairs. And it's just a lot to deal with. But by the end of the day, I pay for it. My ankle is swollen up like two baseballs. And so I got to think about how that's going to work as far as needing surgery in the future is concerned. But it's like finding things that you can do to release your stress that are active things, that causes you to get out of the house or go for a walk or have lunch with a friend or do something positive to where you can start repairing the damage that you've done to your brain and to your body. So it's exciting to be able to bring things like that to the community and talk to people. So I do not regret staying here for this summer, but because of that, my channel has suffered greatly. I figure if we could have moved around this summer, I probably could have made my 4,000 hours. So that is where you guys come in. Okay, I'm going to reiterate this. If you're just coming into this broadcast and you made it this far, yay! I'm so excited. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. I need you guys. My goal, and I always set a goal, whether I reach it or not, I still set one, right? And I would love to have 5,000 subscribers by December. So I'm going to be, working on that. Provided we can make our 4,000 watch time hour goals. Right now we're at 34. But if you guys could go through the videos, I don't care what it is you talk, whatever you see. Absolutely, we could talk about that. I don't care what it is video that you see. Pick the genre that you like to watch, whether it's the traveling videos, whether it's looking at campground review videos, whether it's my bag cooking videos. They are so bad. I'm just not a cook. Everybody thinks you're black, you can throw down in the kitchen. That's not true. I mean, I can cook what I like. But I don't like a whole lot of, I eat the same thing. I guess I should say that. I eat pretty much a lot of the same thing. My diet doesn't veer off. My problem is I like sweets. Okay, so I'm the girl that likes a good donut and some chips. And I put away soda because I was like, I got to cut out some of these calories somewhere. So I don't drink soda. But I do like a good snack. So I am thinking about buying me some weights and maybe doing some workout videos twice a week with me trying to whip myself into shape and show some self control, but I can't guarantee that. But I did go on Walmart and I looked at some and they like expensive just for the little hand weights, like $15 for one. It's not even a set. But anyway, go through the videos, find the ones you like. I could use your constructive criticism. Let me know, hey, this is what I like to see. This is what I'm looking for when I'm looking at videos like that, and that would definitely help me a lot to kind of improve what I'm doing and the quality of it. And period, just make all around better videos. So whatever you could do to watch and give some constructive criticism, I would appreciate that. As long as it's very respectful, I appreciate that. Now, what is it that you would like to know about joy? Joy is definitely, it's not happiness. There's a difference in that. Joy is something that is inward. Happiness is something that's outward, if that makes sense. And it changes from day to day. I could be happy today and not tomorrow, sad tomorrow. So happiness is emotional, right? It's fleeting. It doesn't last, and it also depends on what I'm doing. It's situational, right? Because you could be in a situation and you're not happy, but you can be in a certain situation and have joy. And joy, I connect that with like an inner peace, right? Where I say, you know what, regardless of what happened, I could deal with it, and I have a certain type of peace through it, and it's like joy. It's like, even though it doesn't feel good, I'm okay going through it, right? And so that's different, and joy, the Bible says we get that from the Lord, right? It's a sense of satisfaction, right? That the world doesn't give. So whenever you're thinking about happiness, realize that that's external. It's not internal. It's situational, so it can change from day to day, right? It's not continuous. It's built on emotions, so depending on how I'm feeling, it changes. But joy is something that is tied to satisfaction. Regardless of what I'm going through, I have joy. I'm satisfied and I'm able to deal with it, right? And it doesn't rock you as easily, and you're able to make it through, right? And it's definitely a peace that is not acquired from you. It's joy comes from the Lord. He gives a peace that passes understanding, right? So that is what I'm moving towards. But see, the resilience doesn't come from you, Trixie. It comes from the Lord. When you are leaning on Him, then you're not trusting yourself to bring you through, right? So the difference is, I'm not alone. So I'm not carrying it by myself. It's easy to be exhausted when you're the one having to supply it. When you're it, when you be all, when you're joy, happiness, sadness, all those running through all those different emotions, and you're the one regulating them, that can be exhausting. When you're dependent on your own self, that can be exhausting. But when you are dependent on something bigger than yourself, then it's not up to you to make it happen. And so it takes the stress off of having to be perfect, because you can't be, not in your own strength, right? So I'm telling you this, but I'm telling myself that, because all of us want to do our best. Yes, you want to do your best. And so you have to realize that the best does not come from you, right? And the Bible tells you, Trixie, in this world, in this life, you will have trials, but be of good cheer. He's overcome the world. That's when you can't find your happiness. You can have joy that the God in who you serve has overcome this world, and He can help you get through whatever it is you're dealing with. Losses are never easy. My niece just lost her 8-year-old son to sickle cell, and that was a below to the stomach. Because even though your child is sick, you only get 8 years with them, and that's hard. That's hard, especially as mamas, and that can steal your joy, right? But when you have a peace that passes all understanding, when people don't understand how you can get through that, how can you cope with that, then you get to point them to Jesus, because it's not about you, right? It's about Him. And you can say, me, I'm a wreck, but God gives me peace. And in Him I can have joy. And you have to find that silver lining in it, right? And so one of the things I've learned in this RV journey is that things change. Nothing stays the same. Where you live changes, with how you work changes, your neighbor changes, you know, trailers change, truck change, friends change. Nothing stays the same, right? And it kind of helps you learn to transition with life. But it also taught me how to slow down. Now, even though, this summer I'm not as slow, right? I'm trying to hold down two things. It has taught me that I can slow down and enjoy life in a different way than the norm, right? The norm tells me the only time I get to be slow is on the weekend, right? Oh, Margaret, oh, shucks. So the traditional way of life says you work hard all week and you get 2 days off on the weekend and you just try to make the most of it. And I've learned that God wants me to have balance. And so with this life, I found a little balance. I mean, yes, I whine because I can't, move as much as I would like to, but I still have some balance, right? I have those moments where I'm busy and I'm doing things and I go to bed and I'm tired and I feel satisfied. And then I have those moments where I know I need to slow down and center myself in the Lord. Like I'm doing too much and I'm overwhelming myself, and I know I need to slow down and take some time where I'm communing with the Lord to help me find my balance again. And some days I can wake up late and I don't have to get up and rush, and I make me a cup of coffee. I get my Bible. I have my devotions in my tent outside with a nice fire, and I start my day off so peaceful. And the rest of the day might be hectic, but I started it off in a way that I feel like I can handle it. I can tackle it, right? And then some days I get up and I hit the ground running, and I'm listening to, one of my sermons, or I'm listening to something in the car, and I'm able to make it through. And so RV life is one of those things where having a change of pace and having a way that you deal with life differently, a lot of folks won't understand until they get into it, that you do find some peace within it, right? And just like life, things break down, things leak, things fall apart, and you just deal with it as it comes. You could be in a house and the pipe bust, or the heater go out, or the AC break. I mean, it's no different. And so with that, I think that it is time for us to work together and motivate one another and show each other love and support, because what I'm learning out here as a Bible worker, people need that. There are a lot of struggling people, a lot of hurting people, and the more kindness we can show each other, the better folks can cope. The world is a hard place to live. And so let's just be kind to one another. And with that, I hope that you guys will take all of what I said under consideration, and that you will help me as far as checking out my videos, seeing which ones that like the genre of what you like, and then let me know what you think so I can make them better. I would love to improve my channel and make it a place that you come to for information, and that you are, something is on my neck. I don't have no hair. As you can see, I cut all my hair off. I was like, you know what? It's not growing anyway. And I got some scissors and I held it out like this and I just cut it. And so it's short and it's manageable, and I could just comb it and pick right through. But at the same time, you want it to be cute. So I got to figure out a way, because I haven't been into hair since 8th grade. Okay, so I just have to figure it out. But it'll help me a lot to know what kind of videos you guys critique, like the ones you go to, so I know what kind of videos you like, so I can make more of those and do a better job in those. So if you're new to this channel, I need you. Subscribe. If you're watching this video right now, please hit a thumbs up. That helps a lot too. That helps more than you think. That's like YouTube currency. Sharing the video and leaving thumbs up is like YouTube currency. Commenting is like YouTube currency. So they will help a lot. So I really want to take this opportunity to grow this channel, but I need to know what it is that you guys are looking for and what you like. So when we do make videos, we can make them more interesting or more focused on things that if you like, other people will like too. So that is my plea to you. I hope that you will oblige me and go through and check out some of my videos and watch more than just a couple seconds of it, you know, because I can tell by your criticism. But just let me know your points, your ideas, so we can improve this channel and have that 4,000 watch time hours party live. And I have been waiting to have that live for a year now, and I've always come so close, and then something happens, and then we're not traveling as much, and the time just counts right back down. So this will help a lot to kind of figure out the best way to make this the best channel, and I could use you guys' help. So go through the videos, see what you like, and the ones that you don't comment on, I know maybe not to do so many of those or that type of style, and they'll just help make this a great channel. And we have such a wonderful community here, and so far all of you have been so kind and so loving, and just, you know, to each other in the comment section as well as to me. And so I really enjoy being a part of this community that we all have come together and developed. So if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for subscribing. It means so much to me. Make sure you hit the notification bell. The next time I come on, I'm going to have some updated news about this trip to Liberia, whether I'm going to go or whether I'm not going to go. Be praying for me that if this is what the Lord wants me to do, He'll provide me with the money we need for me to take this trip. And then we'll be moving on to the next phase, honey, because it would be such an exciting experience of a lifetime, and I would love to go. But I don't want to make moves like that if that's not what the Lord wants me to do. So I'm okay with seeing how that works out. So next week I would do another live and let you know what the decision is and where we are. I thought about doing a ride along video, like kind of showing you guys what my day looks like, and I'm trying to figure out how I would lay that out, because it's not like I could take you into people's homes. Maybe, I don't know, I'll figure something out. But we are going to go and do a campground review this weekend at Sterling. So if you ever thought about coming to Sterling State Park in Michigan, stay tuned. We're going to do one there and show you what it looks like, so you can have an understanding of what the park looks like. Maybe you passing through. Now, let me tell you something about Michigan. They on something else. When you plan to stay there, and this is what we found out when we stayed at Bay City, you have to have what they call a passport. And most people pay for that with their tag. Like when you renew your tag, you pay extra money and you get the passport. That is how you get into all state parks. Even if you're not from here and you just want to spend the night and keep going, you still have to have a passport, right? Or you could pay for the entrance into the park, which is $11 on top of your reservation. So because we were staying a couple days, it would have evened out. It would have been like 30 some dollars. So we paid the $41 and got the Michigan passport. So we got to abuse that thing while we're here for the summer. So we're going to go back and we're going to look at a few things. Cedric's birthday is coming up soon, and we're going to take another trip around the 4th and go do something for his birthday someplace. I don't know yet. I got to start planning for that. But we're going to take off and go do something for that as well. And I'll bring you a video of those travels too. But if you're thinking about passing through Michigan, add an extra $11 to your stay, however much. If it's $30 or $27 a night, add $11 to that for one night, right? But if you're gonna stay for a little bit, for a week or a month or whatever, buy the pass. You can get it at the park at the gate. They're not gonna let you in. They don't care that you have a reservation without that passport, because they give you a little sticker that goes on your window that says non-resident passport. And we bought it. We just had to get it. It was $41. So now you have to come and abuse it, right? You got to go to every last park and make that thing pay for itself and enjoy all the amenities, because you can't even drive through the park to look at it without the passport. So there you go, a little nugget for you if you're thinking about going to Michigan. Go ahead and get the passport, and especially if you live in a neighboring state like, Ohio or Chicago, or someplace where you can bounce right in there real quick and stay somewhere, because they got some really cool places. Now somebody was telling us about another place. I can't think of the name of Traverse. They kept saying, yeah, you should go to Traverse, it's beautiful up there. So I might look into going there and see what they got up there, and let you know what's up there, and take you on an adventure up there, because a lot of these places are only like 3 or 4 hours away from where we are. So that's not too bad. It's not like you're traveling all day long. It's close enough to where you feel like you've been somewhere, but not too far to where you got to take all day to get there and feel like you're a dusty traveler when you get back. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And what in the world? I bet you it's something. This fur or something keep crawling on my neck. I just feel like something's crawling on me. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for the suggestions that you're going to drop. Even if it's a suggestion on this video, I'll take it. And go through them. I had them all divided up into playlists, and I might try to do that again, because I deleted a lot of the playlists, because I was getting rid of certain videos that just didn't do well. And so just find something, pick one, watch it all the way through, let me know what you think we could do to improve the channel, and give me the opportunity to earn your view. I appreciate you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me on this live, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for all your love, likes, shares, and comments, and I will see you guys again. Bye, Margaret. Bye. I don't know if Trixie's still here, but see ya. Bye.